with the Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Seller in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And our medical segment is brought to you each week by Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. But today we've got a special health topic because we know that people have been wanting to travel and get out, and that is healthy for us.
Very healthy.
You know, because
there's statistics.
There are statistics that show that leisure time is very healthy for you, and we've been lacking in that. But there's been some health concerns with travel and a lot of changes that have been implemented in travel based on some health guidances due to the recent COVID pandemic. So I know you have been traveling and we're talking with Kathy Pickerell with World Travels with Kathy, and she has been traveling.
I have been since August.
Yeah, and I want you to tell us what are some of the changes, and I'm sure that from the time you started traveling till like last week, they've been different.
They are. They're constantly changing.
Yeah. So what are they right now, and what can we expect coming up that you've heard?
Well, I'm going to back up a little bit. Y'all remember what happened with 9/11. And travel after that was forever changed. Mm-hmm. That became the new norm. You know that with
security.
TSA, exactly, Homeland Security, exactly. So we're seeing a new normal. And the main changes are the masks, which we've gotten kind of used to, right? We wear them everywhere anyway. Masks in the airport, social distancing everywhere, at resorts even, because the resorts are only 25 to 35% occupancy by law. So it's very easy to social distance. The other thing that we're seeing, of course, is the taking of temperatures, the sanitizing the hands, which, again, that's our new normal. We do that anyway. Some of the countries are requiring that you have a COVID test before you go. Mm-hmm. And that's turning out to be pretty easy to get. And it's constantly changing. For example, some of them will require it 72 hours in advance, some it's 4 days, so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. So I'm constantly checking to see what that protocol is. The other change is, of course, the CDC guideline where you have to be retested to come back in the United States. Now, I think that that's temporary. Mm-hmm. I look to see an end to that soon, just waiting for that to stop.
Mm-hmm. So as a travel agent, do you help people find where they would get tested before they come back? Because,
absolutely.
You know, it seems like our system is easy to work with, but it would be difficult.
The resorts test people for free.
Oh, great.
You don't have to search for where to get tested. When you arrive, they tell you when you're going to get retested. You show up at a room on property, and they do it right then and there.
That's fabulous.
And so when you were talking about the resorts are 25 to 35% occupancy by law, is that what you're seeing not just in the U.S. but in other countries?
That's where I'm seeing internationally.
That's what you're seeing internationally.
And in the U.S., is there some?
I'm also seeing similar because like Dominican Republic has a different law than, for example, Mexico. So for the Dominican Republic, I think it's 35%. But regardless, we're seeing a mandatory decrease in population because of they want a social distance, they want to do it safe. You know, part of our job is not just to help people find a vacation, but to plan one where they can do it safely and confidently. And that's a key word right there, is confidently.
Yes. And what are you seeing as far as calls from travelers? Are you seeing that people are wanting to get out and they're wanting to travel? They're just wondering where should I go and what is safe and how is it safe to get there? Do I need to fly, take a train if it's in the country, drive myself?
If you never thought you needed a travel agent before, you absolutely do now. Mm-hmm. We had as an agency, I have 13 agents, and we had over 600, maybe 700 bookings last year that we had to cancel or rearrange. Nobody lost any money. They either got their money back or they got a voucher to travel again. So everybody and everything was put on hold. And I was just telling Betsy, they feel like they were redheaded stepchildren in timeout for something that they didn't do. So
Right.
now they're coming out of the woodwork. They see that they can go. They are calling me to go to Europe. Unfortunately, I can't book them to most parts of Europe. I can't book them to Canada. It's used to be if you had a passport, the world was your oyster.
Right.
And now it's where can I go? And that is one of the things that we do is help people figure out where they can go. Right now they're going to the Caribbean. They're going to Mexico. There are some parts of Europe that are open. They are going South America. There's places in South America they can travel. And of course with fully vaccinated persons, they can now go to all 50 states, because before Hawaii, you had to quarantine for 14 days. Somebody's
wow.
there on a 5-day vacation.
Yeah, you're not going to quarantine for 14 days. I mean, that's like
And
your
that
whole
means,
thing.
that doesn't
Yeah.
just mean staying at your resort, it means staying in your room.
Like my son is
Right.
leaving for New York in the morning.
Right.
I said, check the protocols. Yeah.
And they're constantly being updated
Yeah.
and changed.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can't
So-
hardly take a vacation and have
Right.
to quarantine for like 2 weeks. I mean,
And there's
you're
still a
lucky to
few
have 2 weeks
islands
off.
that are doing that, so we've been switching them from those islands when they've had, honeymoons and.
So where are the
yes.
hot spots? Where
That's what I'd
are
like to
you
know.
saying, hey, if you want to travel right now,
You
these are some
don't
good
have to
places.
have a COVID test to go to Mexico or the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
Everywhere else you do, but they're still going to St. Lucia, Antigua, Grenada. They're going to Aruba, the Bahamas, lots and lots
Costa
of
Rica, I
places.
hear a lot of people talk
Costa
about
Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yes, it just opened back
Greek
up.
Isles.
Yes, they're open as well. Bermuda is opening up. Poland, of all places. Turkey, Croatia. So there's some amazing destinations that you can go to. And Iceland. They just
Well,
opened
let's
up
talk-
Iceland.
Let's talk about some of these destinations. We have some photos. If y'all want to show us the first photo on screen. Now, this looks like the good getaway. Where
Yes.
You don't have to worry about anything.
That's right.
Now, where is this?
About 5 minutes from Dollywood on Sevierville, Tennessee. We have
love
mountain
that.
cabins.
That looks like a good family retreat. Right?
It is, and we have them anywhere from 1 bedroom to ones that will hold an entire tribe.
Right. So you can drive yourself, you can get your
Yes.
car all fixed up and have a road trip.
Right.
Feel like you're outdoors. You can totally socially
Yes.
distance from everyone. And, the Smoky Mountains, that's a really...
They're always gorgeous. No matter what
it's
time of
always
year you
gorgeous,
go. If you
for
go in the
sure.
winter, you get snow. If you go in the fall, you get the change of colors. If you go in the
And you can do the
Right.
whitewater rafting. And you
Oh,
can,
that's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah,
Yes.
float in the rivers. A lot
You're
of
an
great
adventurer.
outdoor
I
activities.
am.
Oh,
I'm
and
an
look,
adrenaline
these
junkie.
are the Northern Lights, is that right?
That's
So-
right.
so now-
And that usually goes in the fall through early spring. I did get to see them in December of 2018, I believe, and they are taking fully vaccinated people with no quarantine.
Okay.
And that's only, by the way, 5 hours from New York. That's an easy flight.
Wow, that's crazy. I did
Yeah.
not realize.
It's part of Europe, but it's only
now
5 hours.
That's
I know,
my kind of
I
trip
saw some
right
pictures
there.
where you were
That
videoing
is
and
an
you were
over-the-water
at some-
bungalow at
I
Sandals.
want in the over-the-water bungalow.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Well, there's 3 that have over-the-water bungalows. 2 are in Jamaica. One is South Coast, one is Sandals Royal Caribbean, and the other is the Grand St. Lucian.
That just looks like amazingly
I know, and you don't have to
relaxing.
fly halfway around the world to Tahiti to enjoy this. And that's all butler service, just luxury. And they have the glass floor where you can see the fish below your cabana.
So you can go for 4 or 5 days, or you can go for longer.
No, you can go for 3 even.
Really?
Yeah.
Or 3
Yeah.
weeks if you
And
have
I've even had honeymooners that will book like a normal room and then we'll book that one for maybe 2 nights just to
Yes.
have something special.
Yeah, that's
so,
cool.
So I'm hoping that if I get somewhere like that, I'm quarantined.
Right, absolutely. You have to quarantine there for 2 weeks. So now, of course,
Everybody
Disney-
recognizes that.
And absolutely, everybody recognizes that, and and they're up and running. Do they
They are.
have like quotas at the gates?
They do. You have to make a reservation to get to the park. I say you've got to have a couple of college degrees now to book Disney. That's why we have job security. But we're authorized Disney vacation planners as well as Sandals certified specialists. But For Disney, you do have to have a reservation for each park. It's all done with your magical experience, which we help people set up. They're only allowed, I think, maybe 50% occupancy.
Which would be so much better if you're trying to get on a
No,
ride.
if you were
Because
going,
they're
that
not
would be
doing
the
fast
time.
passes. So,
Yeah.
fast passes originally were to help you skip lines. Well, it's really not necessary right now.
If you've never taken your kids to Disney, this would be a great time
my
to plan that
gosh.
trip a few
Where
months
it's
in
not like
advance.
maxed
Right.
out. So
Right. Just
Now,
so much
and-
fun. And
and-
that, you can drive to that too.
you can drive to that, but it's also a really quick flight.
It is.
And so
Like an hour and a half.
You told me some really great statistics. We don't have much time left, but some really safety statistics as far as folks that
Flying.
are worried about. Yeah,
Right.
flying.
You are safer on a plane than you are in the grocery store. There were 1.2 billion people that flew last year, and only about 60 reported cases of COVID from a flight. The filtration system, the disinfection, the air circulation is so great. It's 3 times greater than I believe they said that is mandatory in a hospital room for cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
We're
good.
not- we're not
You're not
afraid.
going to get it on a plane.
That's wonderful. Name your 2 favorite places you've ever been.
Thailand and New Zealand. Notice I did not hesitate.
Yes,
Right.
you did not hesitate.
And you do have some trips coming up that people can go
I
on your
do.
website. So we don't have much time left. So we want people to look at the website because
WorldTravelsWithKathy.com, because we do list our trips and we have some amazing ones coming up. And the sad but good thing is when we post a trip is lately they've been completely booking within a week to 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
So if you want to book a
People
state
are
park,
ready
or
to
you
travel.
Want to, if you want to book a state park, you want to book a trip, get busy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Start
right.
planning and have something to look forward to.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much,
Oh, you're
Kathy.
most welcome.
So
It's always
I
fun.
love hearing about places, and I like following you on Facebook too because I can,
Live
see wherever you're
vicariously.
going. Yeah, because I know that you've checked out all the places that I might
I
want to go.
try. It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. I do it
Yeah.
just for y'all.
And we're going to be right back with Mike Shepard with Louisiana Music Hall of Fame on his new book with a chronicle of all amazing musicians from Louisiana. We'll be right back.